it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're focusing in on trying to really get solid understanding and clarity on why a narcissistic or psychopathic individual participates in triangulation or really an undue, what psychologists know as social influence. And social influence can be a way of impacting not only in the relationship, but in their inner circle, the greater circle, and really many areas of their life as well. And that is known in psychology as social influence. And before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to those of you who have recently made a donation to the channel. I have so much gratitude, and it's so great to hear from you. It lets me know that you're able to find a community and a resource of understanding and sharing and support here, and it's very inspiring to me. Your donations let me know that we're continuing to do good work here and we're making a positive influence and impact, so that really makes me feel good. So thank you once again for your donations. It really is meaningful to me. And so we're moving forward now on a viewer inquiry that we got, really kind of and looking at the at these painful and difficult relationships with these individuals who are either borderline, they see things in black or white, they can be very sociopathic as well, very narcissistic as well, very cold, callous, very calculating. But not only with that, there's really kind of an enigma or something that's puzzling, is that these people can also have a certain degree of social influence. And social influence meaning that they are the ones who are heard. Their opinions are not questioned. They are not challenged. Yet they are so cold, callous, and oftentimes resistant to listening to or reflecting positively back the opinions of others, the inputs of others. And so this can become part of the smear campaign and the triangulation, and also really the depersonalization that you feel and the pain and suffering that goes along with trying to work things out, hash things out with these people, arrive at some degree of understanding in some sort of mutual parting of ways, or at least, what we, might call as closure. And these individuals, because of their social influence, in their mind, they have it built up that they are absolutely right. These individuals thrive on being right. So they have very much a conflict consciousness 24/7. Meaning that they always want to come out on top, no matter what situation it is. If they're calling, the pharmacy and there's been an error, they are always right. If they're contacting customer service for something with their TV or internet, they are always right. They should not be inconvenienced. Everything should be according to their rules, their schedule, their strategy. They're not very understanding of mishaps, mistakes, the fact that there's human error, computer error, emotional inquiries, from others, where other people have a different viewpoint and they, bring up things emotionally that they have needs of, and these individuals just do not see it. They really try to paint people in a corner and just basically ascertain that you are wrong, you are weak, or you are invalid for feeling that way. And even though your feelings are very legitimate, very correct, very right, they are not open-hearted to this. Hence, we see the smear campaign as a resultant aftermath of that. So oftentimes they, quote-unquote, seek closure through getting other people on their side, or they basically try to use this social influence or group think or mass consciousness, where they basically just try to, well, of course, and then they'll, use some sort of excuse like, it is, it's human right to be able to do this. They'll use some sort of excuse statement, which basically makes it, very difficult for you to have a retort to. So basically, they are always for the win. They need to have a win. They don't want to have they don't want to have a conversation. They oftentimes, even though they have social influence, they're not very good conversationalists. They're not very good at listening or active listening, which means they're able to hear what you're saying, acknowledge it, and then reply back according to exactly, showing an understanding and a comprehension for what you've said. So it is very, very painful to deal with these types of people and make any sort of progress. Yet you might have had some sort of relationship, or really what, is more really of an acquaintance, because a relationship connotates some sort of intimacy. And, for intimacy, there has to be closeness, and there has to be kind of a heart-to-heart connection for there to be true intimacy. So I think that's what's so disparaging, is that in the beginning, the love bombing, you fell in love with this individual who seemed to be rosy, peachy keen. Everything seemed to be according to, their standards, or, their social influence, the way that they, had a certain position in the relationship, and you might have taken a back seat, or it might have been kind of a give and take in the beginning, but yet there is this, social recourse to social influence, which they always have to be right. They, will point out certain things which are making you wrong, and, you basically feel like powerless in the situation. And just because they have this social influence, either self-ascribed, or they'll just refer to their position or things of that nature, which basically make them unapproachable or avoidant. And so when you are really sort of dealing with these people, or trying to part ways, or trying to make sense intellectually, try not to use the intellectual left side of your brain, the logical side, because if you're working with someone or in a relationship with someone who has a personality disorder, oftentimes there's a great deal of illogic and emotional dysregulation in terms of their thought patterns. So there really is no conversation available or closure available. And and this individual might not be quote unquote hurt, or you might, a lot of people try to get back at them by hurting them, or trying to have a battle of sorts. Yet these people are very immune to this, that they really don't care. And when we say that they really don't care, oftentimes they lack empathy. So they really aren't bothered by the fact that they might have hurt somebody's feelings, that they might have stolen from them, taken away their bank account, smeared their reputation. Basically, they do this as a power move. So even if it's something very negative, they get a sort of feeling of power and control by spreading a sort of negativity around, or assigning negative values. They tend to catastrophize things, or, just they always seem to see the worst in things. They're very much fault finders in every situation. So if this might have been an attractive quality to you in the beginning, or perhaps this person was, you had learned something from this individual, so you were basically in a relationship with them, or, basically now it's become so negative where their true colors are shining through. So best thing you need to do is just to realize and let them go, and that you don't want to spend your precious time, your precious emotion, and try to battle things out. Just, I would say basically, throw your hands up and surrender. And if you can fully surrender and fully let them go and just liberate them, really let them go, and don't continue the battle. Move your attention into other parts of your life. In fact, I definitely would recommend, changing your body musculature, or your posture, the way that you sit, stand, walk, because oftentimes people, tend to house this feeling of helplessness, and they tend to look down a lot, or they have rounded shoulders, and they have this, feeling of defeat. Begin to adopt, power poses. Keep your shoulders up. Keep your head up. Begin to feel strong. Begin to feel confident. Put your hands in the air and just say yes. Do this a couple times a day. And even if you feel strange, if you need to go in the bathroom somewhere, or, wherever you're going, if people can see you or not, just yes. Give yourself a power move. And just say, I am free, I am liberated, and hold it there for 10 seconds, and just release it from your body, and just let it go out of your physical body. And do this a couple times, and just release the negativity and begin to feel a positive sort of physicality. Oftentimes, your unconscious will harbor a lot of this negativity, so you need to get that positivity back and begin to feel some more positive emotions and thoughts coming into your mind and your body and your spirit. Because if you've been around these people who are very negative, catastrophizing things, always looking at the negative, always bringing you and snaring you into the negative, and you have to validate them, so you stay on this negative track. Get that out, get that vibe out, get that focus out of the constantly looking at the negative, and begin now to really start looking at the positive and resonating more gratitude and victory and freedom and liberty in your life, and begin to see how the energy shifts. And you can really move on and heal productively and more energetically through having, after this encounter with very difficult and painful people who really tried to exert pain. They really tried to project pain, suffering. They try to get people stuck through their power, manipulation, and control tactics. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.